These are amazing things. They look spectacular, and there's so many in the universe that could be holding the secrets we've been searching for. We won't know anytime soon, though. A lot of galaxies are billions of light years away. Galaxies can do impressive things, like hold an entire solar system, move farther away from each other, and closer together. They can also eat each other, also known as galactic cannibalism. They don't really eat each other, though, more like collide and merge together to create an even bigger galaxy. How are these things that we know so much about, yet so little about, formed? After the Big Bang, the universe was relatively the same, with no structure and therefore no galaxies. Galaxies were formed by the growth of primordial fluctuations, which are small changes in density within a confined region. As the universe cooled, clumps of dark matter condensed, and within them the gas condensed. Primordial fluctuations used gravity to attract gas and dark matter to denser areas, which created the seeds that are now galaxies. At this point in time, the universe was mostly made up of hydrogen, helium, and dark matter. Soon after the proto-galaxies formed, hydrogen and helium gas within them condensed and made stars. The universe was very violent in its beginning, and thus galaxies grew quickly. Two galaxies that I will be speaking about today are the Milky Way galaxy, the one in which we live in, and the Andromeda galaxy, one of our closer neighboring galaxies. These two galaxies are expected to collide in about 4 billion years. Yeah, that's a long time away, but the impacts it'll have are clearly understood today. And before we start talking about the certainty of the event, stellar collisions, the fate of the solar system, the possibility of quasars, and what the sky would look like if such a collision took place, let's get to know our galaxies. The Milky Way and Andromeda are both spiral galaxies. However, when they collide over billions of years, they will form one huge elliptical galaxy. The Milky Way is our galaxy. It holds the solar system, which contains life forms. What impacts would the collision have on us? Could we survive it? These questions will be surely answered as we delve deeper into the effects of a collision between these two galaxies. Is the collision even certain to happen? Well, up until recently, scientists did not know. However, recent studies have proved that the likelihood of the event. Frank Summers of the Space Telescope Science Institute created CGI visualization of the predicted event. He based his visualization on the research from Professors Chris Mijos of Case Western Reserve University and Lars Hernquist of Harvard University. Using the Hubble telescope between 2002 and 2010 to track the motion of Andromeda, scientists have confirmed the collision. These sort of galactic collisions are common, and Andromeda has collided with another galaxy in the past. Several dwarf galaxies currently collide with the Milky Way as well as merge into it. What will happen to the stars if two galaxies collide? Doesn't that mean that the stars will collide? Well, actually, no. It doesn't mean the stars will collide. Andromeda contains about 1 trillion stars, while the Milky Way contains about 300 billion. The chance of these stars colliding is not probable based on the huge distances between them. In fact, the nearest star to the Sun is Proxima Centauri, which is 4.2 light years away. Imagine the Sun as a ping pong ball in Paris, right here, and the Proxima Centauri as a pea-sized ball in Berlin, right here. That's how far apart they are. Stars are much denser at the center of these galaxies. The average separation is about 1.6 times 10 to the power of 11, which is still a density that represents a ping pong ball every 3.2 kilometers. Based on these facts, it is very unlikely that the stars will collide. The worst that could happen with the stars is that they will be sent into a different orbit. How would a collision affect the solar system? What will happen to it? Two scientists at Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics stated that when the galaxies collide, it will depend on Andromeda's transverse velocity. Current calculations predict a 50% chance that in a merged galaxy, our solar system will be swept out 3 times further from the galactic core than currently located. There is also a 12% chance that the solar system will be ejected from the new galaxy sometime during the collision. Such an event would have no adverse effect on the system, and chances of disturbance to the Sun or planets may be remote. Without intervention, however, by the time the galaxies collide, the surface of Earth will be already far too hot for liquid water to exist, so terrestrial life, us, may not even exist due to the gradually increasing luminosity of the sun. With this collision, there's a possibility of quasars. Well, what is a quasar? A quasar is a very energetic and distant active galactic nucleus, which is a compact region at the center of the galaxy that has a higher than normal luminosity over at least some or all of the electromagnetic spectrum. If this collision did create a quasar in Andromeda, we would be able to see it from Earth as it would be extremely luminous. The quasar would be at the center of Andromeda and would be as bright as the full moon. We would not see the accretion disk, which is a structure formed by diffuse material in orbit around a central body. Rather, we would see it as a blinking star due to atmospheric fluctuations. What would the sky look like if there is a major collision? Well, if there's a major collision, it would be a cosmic event. Astronomers at Space Telescope Science Institute created a simulation of what the sky would look like when the collision occurs. As you can see here, Andromeda is about 2.5 billion light years away. The galaxy is coming towards the Milky Way at about 250,000 miles per hour. The galaxy looks harmless enough. I mean, it's just a dot in the sky. Previously, the galaxy was a dot, but I think Earthlings would be forgiven when they see this in the sky. Now Andromeda fills up the entire screen of the computer-generated image as it swallows up our night sky. Following the collision of the two galaxies, a countless number of stars will be sent spinning into space as Andromeda and the Milky Way lose their previous forms. Here is Andromeda coming toward us at its fast rate, which is the equivalent of traveling from Earth to the Moon in 60 minutes. Scientists even suspect a third, smaller galaxy known as Triangulum will be a part of the mashup between Milky Way and Andromeda. When the collision happens, it is highly suspected that the Sun will be catapulted to another area of the galaxy. Maybe if we are still alive, the Sun will be catapulted far enough away from Earth that the surface won't be so hot and we can have liquid water. Based on everything we have learned today, we know that in 4 billion years, Andromeda, the bigger galaxy, will collide with the Milky Way, and eventually the two will merge to form an even bigger galaxy. Imagine the possibilities. If terrestrials are still alive at the time, we have a whole other universe to explore that may contain life forms and habitable planets. Even though we won't be alive at the time, our future generation, 4 billion years from now, might be able to be a part of the merging of the two big galaxies. The computer-generated images are surely beautiful, and if our night sky looked like that, I don't think many would mind. Imagine being able to see Andromeda at night spiraling towards us. Imagine after the collision, being able to see quasars. It would be a truly unique and wonderful experience. Possibilities of the sun being pushed away from us so that we can live comfortably again are amazing. When these two galaxies collide, there will be so much potential, and based on research, I don't think it will be a bad thing. I guess we won't know for sure until it happens though. Maybe they'll invent a time machine sometime in the future and we could go see the cosmic event. Wouldn't that be something? Thank you.